Hello, 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 everyone. How are you? Hope you're having a fantastic, fantastic day. And may peace be upon you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching the Inspiring Women series with me, Dr. Izdihar Jamil. And today I have the gorgeous Connie Benjamin, who is the #1 international best-selling author with Women with Fire. Thank you for joining me today, Connie.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for having me.
Brilliant, thank you. And today Connie is going to share an important lesson based on her life, and it's going to be called the balance lie. So Connie, the balance lie. Why is this topic so important to you, and what's the significance of this topic to you?
I love that question so much. Well, Izdihar, it really started for me in my own journey. And so I was busy working as an entrepreneur. I just started my business. I didn't really know what I was doing. I had to make more money so that we could move because our family at the time was living in an area of town that was not safe for a little girl. And so we had to move, but I knew nothing about business. And so I began to learn, I began to get some skills in business and eventually made enough money to move. And Izdihar, I felt like, that's it, I did it, I won. But I didn't realize that I was actually, although I was doing so well in moving forward in my business, I was spending so much time hustling that I was disconnected from my husband. I was stressed out as a mom. My health was massively deteriorating. And everything came to a head one day when I was in my office. I was late for an interview. I had a million things on my to-do list. And I don't know if you've ever felt so stressed out that you can't think clearly, but that's how I felt. And so in a moment of complete overwhelm, I actually picked up a glass and I threw it at the wall. And I remember looking down around me and seeing pieces of shattered glass. And I realized that's how I felt. I felt broken and unwhole. And in that moment, I said to myself, Connie, you have to do anything it takes to change. And so that sent me on a quest to figure it out. How do I move forward in my business and share this message I've been inspired to share without losing the passion for that and without losing my family along the way? And so that's why for the last decade, I've been supporting entrepreneurs with what to do when your purpose loses its passion, how to ignite that fire within so we can stay connected with our family along the journey. So that's why it's so important to me to talk about the balance, that balance lie.
Exactly. Well, that's the balance. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, right? People have got this hype about being an entrepreneur and everything, but reality is you don't want to be the slave to the monster that you created. Like Connie's shared her experience that she literally became the slave of the monster that she created. She not spending time with her children and her husband. It was just like she was hustling and stressed out. And Connie kind of like, so like it's like a big thing, isn't it, that people think I have to work harder, I have to work longer, I have to do this. Reality is everybody has got 24 hours. So what is this balance like? What is this illusion that we keep on coming towards?
Oh my goodness, I love that question so much. Well, I think a couple things are going on in this balance lie. And by the way, this is so important in the conversation we're talking about, because as Node Source talks about, the majority of entrepreneurs say that work-life balance is the biggest concern that we face. It's the biggest challenge. And so I believe one of the challenges is when we think of the traditional term balance, we think that things have to be in equal proportion, the exact same amount of time. We have the same amount of time that we're spending with our children, with our husband, exercising and taking care of ourselves in our business. And that's not just how life works. I mean, you think about when you have a baby, there's no balance after that sweet little baby. You're up all night nursing that little sweetie. So we need to understand, if it's not about an equal amount of time, if there's a lie to that, then what's it really about? And I believe, right? Like, I believe that what it's really about is it's really about this thing called fire connection. And it's this, when we are lit up with ourselves, when we have that fire within, that I like to call it, then that spreads to the people we love. Then in a moment, we can be connected with our kids. In a moment, we can be connected with our partner and be connected with the tasks that we're doing in our business. And that changes everything.
Absolutely. Like you're so on point with that because like, you know, everybody says, oh, I want to have balance. I want to have like, for me, balance comes when I'm 6 feet under the ground. I'm in heaven. Okay. Like nobody achieves perfection, whether you're a billionaire, whether you're a millionaire, that we always kind of like either moving forward or taking a step back. We're always doing that. So like after, the moment I heard someone says that, you can never achieve balance, I'm like, okay, I let that go. And Connie's just on point with that. Like she calls it the fire spark. Everybody has different definition of it. The fire spark. What is it that ignites you? Even if like you spend time with your kids 10 minutes or so, but it's a whole them, nothing else, right? And then you work or you cook, whatever it is. That's gonna create balance, if you want to call it, or something that ignites your passion, like what Connie was saying. So that's absolutely spot on, Connie. So I know that in your book, you talk about this thing called fire priorities. So what on earth is fire priorities, and how can it help our audience today to create the life that they desire? Like forget balance, okay, darling. You're gonna be 600 in heaven. You're gonna get balance, okay? No cooking, no washing, and everything. So, what is this fire priorities?
You are the best, Izdihar. You explain it so well. So yeah, fire priorities. I get so lit up when we talk about this because it truly changed everything for me. So it is an acronym because often as women, we tend to put, you know, I know there's different people listening to this, but so women, we tend to put everyone else first. And as men as well,
absolutely,
they do as well, just in a different way. So we need to understand that. And that leads to burnout, stress out, overwhelm, resentment, and frustration. And I know that I experienced that so much. So what fire priorities does is it's an acronym that helps us to step forward and truly be with the people that we need to be and to be present in the moment and get lit up. It's an acronym. The F stands for first creator. And what that means is put the creator first, whether that's meditation, prayer, whatever that connection is. The I stands for inspired self-care. And I'm not talking about the kind of self-care where we've got the cucumber things on our eyes. I don't know anyone that does that. I'm talking about
the cucumbers and
that's right. I'm talking about the self-care that lights up our soul, maybe yet meditation, yoga, journaling, whatever it is. Now the R stands for connecting, which stands for relationship with your partner. And that is really important, connecting with your partner in small bursts of time. And the E stands for engage kids. And it's exactly what you talked about, Izdihar, being with our children in the moment, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, being present with them and engaging. And when we do that, I'm telling you, it's incredible at how much connection we can have with the people that we love, so we can be productive in our work as well. It changes everything.
Absolutely. And it creates this like happiness, isn't it? Knowing that you've done your best, you've got taken care of, you know, everybody forgets, isn't it? Like everything comes from the source, from the creator. So kind of creating that connection just grounds, whether it's meditation or prayers, whatever it is that people, the methods that they choose, and kind of like relationship with your partner. Because if you have a partner, it brings everything, isn't it? Connie has her partner, I have my partner. And if my husband and our husbands are not supporting us, or our partner not supporting us, we're done. Like you're gonna have into arguments. So that fire actually kind of like leads you to, it's like a checklist, if I were to say, isn't it, Connie? Like kind of like, have I done this? There's only 4 things. You know, some people have got 20 things. I'm like, forget it. I'm done like 20 things. So 4 things that you can always kind of checking in. Have you done your meditation? Are you checking? Have you spent time with your partner? Have you spent time with your children? Are you inspired today? Like if everybody wants to have a cucumber facial, go ahead. I just had a cucumber earlier. That's why I'm like, okay, I ate those cucumbers. Okay. There we go. So Connie, while we wrap up everything today, what would be the one key action that anybody can take today to help them ignite this fire, constantly igniting this fire? Even if we forget, what's the one thing that we can always count on to have it?
Love it. So the one thing that I would ask for you to do today that's going to help you to align to these principles and begin to experience the magic that happens with them is to look over the fire priorities and rate yourself. Where are you at from 0 to 10 with each of those areas? And that one area that you feel like, you know what, I could work on this one the most, do one thing in that area. So if you're not taking time to really connect with the divine, do one thing today to connect with the divine. When you do that, you will be lit up and light up the people around you.
Brilliant. So choose any aspects from the fire components and practice that. Doesn't have to be all 4. Just choose one, whether it's like Connie said, getting to connection with the divine or self-care or getting with your family. Look, like people think, right? Meditation, oh my God, I have to go book myself a retreat for the whole weekend. Like, no, just set your timer for 5 minutes and just breathe and meditate, isn't it? Like, don't overcomplicate, or make a commitment to have at least one meal together as a family. You know, that's like really gonna hold, because, you know, like the Western culture, everybody has their own schedule, isn't it? Nobody comes together. But in the Eastern culture, everybody always comes together. So that probably something it. So thank you so much, Connie. What a wonderful, amazing, inspiring conversation. And I hope everybody have so much value from it. And thank you so much for watching the Inspiring Women series with me, Dr. Istihar Jamil, and the beautiful Connie Benjamin. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. See you in the next series. Bye.